start. So today, good morning again. So today I will discuss coverage for your final exam. So final exam will be next week, Friday. Okay? Ayan, so one quiz only. Okay, so let me review again what's the requirement for Exer 2. Okay, so for Exer 2, first is you need to create a CSV file. Okay, this one. Okay, so using, you can use Notepad also if you want. Just save it as .csv. And then make sure you add comma for every value. Okay, that's why it's called comma separated value. Ayan, because you add a comma after each value. So in this case, if this is a notepad or a text file, it will show 1 comma motherboard, comma Asus, comma so on and so forth. And then next row, 2 comma processor, comma so on and so forth. So that's what a CSV is. Okay, a CSV file. So for your Exer 2, you need to have 20 products. Okay, 20. With minimum of 5 categories. Okay, you need to have at least 5. Okay, so every category must have an actual existing product. Okay, it's not just made up. Yan, like this for example. You have an actual existing product. And then you need to have a correct price. Okay, price. And then how much are in stock. Okay, how much does your store willing, okay, to give the customer. So this is the stock, current stock of the item. And then image. Okay, the picture file. Ayan. And then the URL. So the customer might want to know additional info about the product. Okay, you might provide links. Ayan, like drivers, for example, where they can download, so on and so forth. Yan. So for Exer 2, you need to have 20. You can add more if you want. Yan, just for testing purposes. Okay, ganyan. So what are you going to do with the CSV file? So your CSV file must appear in your home page. Okay, like this one. Ayan. So as you can see, all of these products are coming from my CSV file. Okay, ganyan. So first, let's start with login and register. So for your Exer 2, the customer must first register. Okay? So meaning, you need to make use of your register HTML in Exer 1. Okay? So you have your Exer 1. Make sure you use those for Exer 2. So for Exer 1 and 2, make sure you have all the necessary information needed to register, like name, address, ano pa yun, contact number, phone, email. Okay, so those are already posted in your Diagler course page. Ayan.
Sir,
Yes.
do the products have to be real for Exer 1 or only for
For Exer 1, just make it at least realistic. Okay, just make sure at least your products are actually existing. Okay, just don't make up products. Okay, that names, product names. Okay, description. So you can make use of those products you use during midterm Exer 1, I think. Okay, so you can use those products. Mga high-end, low-end, gaming PC. Ayan. Okay. Ayan. So during registration, you need to add user validation. So for user validation, make sure you just use example codes given. Okay. So I will be checking your code. Make sure you don't use example codes online. Okay? Because That's part of your grade. Ayan, making use of example codes given only. Because we all know that this is already been, solutions are already out there. Diba? You can access the internet for solution of this. So for your Exer 1 and 2, make sure you use example codes given. Okay, so in this case, okay, let me open. Okay, I think it's this one. Oh yes, div.
Yes, sir.
No problem, as long as you use table to display all your products. Okay, so
So, sir,
similar with CSS. Oh yes.
so I can use div for the header and then div again for the drop-down box for Exer 1.
No problem. That's just similar sa table, di ba? Arranging text web forms. Okay, but for Exer 1 and 2, you use table to display all the items here for every category. Okay. Ayan. So this is our register PHP. Okay, ganyan. Okay. So, this will require redirection. Okay, let me open another one. Okay, this is not it. Yan. So, once you have registered, once the user is already registered, you will be redirecting that user, okay, to log in. Okay? Ayan, so there should be a redirect. Okay, so let me check my examples again. I think it's here. Okay. Ayan, so okay, ganito. So for Exer 1, Exer 2, you need to redirect the user to log in. Okay, it's just this one. So log in if the user successfully registered. Okay, so this should be login.html. Okay, login HTML yan siya. And then if okay, this is for the register. Okay, ganyan. So just log in. You will ask the user to log in once the user successfully registered. Okay, ganyan. So if the user failed to follow the requirement, which is validation in the registration, okay, this file or register PHP should not be called. Okay, hindi ito siya mag-run. Because once you call register PHP, it will save all of the info that was used during registration. Okay, ayan. So make sure you do that in your register HTML. Okay, perform user validation. Ayan. Okay, so that is for register HTML and register PHP. So let's proceed to logging in. So when logging in, okay, you will be asking the user to enter the email. Okay, that will be the user's username and password. Okay, so password and email was given during registration. So that is what will be used during logging in. Okay, ganyan. So what happens during login? Ayan. So during login, you will call the PHP code check pass. Okay, this will be the PHP that will be called check pass. Okay, ayan. Alright, so as you can see, for check pass, you're going to get the email and the password. Okay, and then in the CSV file, this is the reading of the CSV file, you're going to get two values. Ayan, where the email is saved, what column the email is saved in the CSV file. Okay, using the $cell. And the password. Okay, so your cell contains the data. So if you convert this to for loop, okay, you can convert this to for loop if you want. So if you convert this to for loop, no need to add $cell. Okay, hindi na kailangan si $cell. So this will just be $I. Okay. So this is $I. Okay, less than okay, count $data. So $data, by the way, is an array. Okay, array yan siya si $data. So you can perform count because you're going to count how many rows. Okay, so $data is a single dimensional array, 1D. Okay, 1D to si $data. So when you do this, okay, it will get the info of the first customer that registered. Okay, so yun yung first na gagawin niya. It will store it in the $data one-dimensional array. So the 1D array now contains, okay, for example, so this is your $data. So your $data is a 1D array. Okay, 1D array yan siya. So during registration, you ask the user to enter ano gani yun, name, okay, address, ano pa yun, contact, so on and so forth. So this is what $data holds. Okay, so that's why we have here a while loop. Okay, so while loop basically changes the value of $data every iteration. Okay, so every time we iterate, $data changes its value for every customer that registers until it reaches the end of file. So when this is already empty, okay, there's no data to store in each element. So that is the time $data becomes false. Okay, because there is no more data or no more text to store in the $data array. Okay? Ganyan. So we're basically getting the CSV file from this file. Ayan, get CSV. Gets every row, store it in this variable which is a 1D array. Okay? So how do we convert this to simply a for loop? Okay? We just use this. Ayan. Okay? So, ganyan lang. And then, how do you make use of data now? So, we can make use of data. So, this is $data. Okay? This is now $data. And then, it is now has an index. Okay? May index na yan. So, this is %I. Yan, that is our variable. So, if $data is, okay, that is equals to $name, okay, ayan, you assign a value true. Okay, same with this one. So, this will now be called $data.
Sir, can we use for each pot?
Yes, no problem. Oh, wait. Okay, this is $data. Yeah, so I'm just showing you how to, what's the equivalent of the for each. Yeah, okay? So for your final exam, make sure you understand how this works because this will be included in your exam. Okay? Ganyan. So that is how we convert for each to just simply for loop so that you know how for each works. Okay, let me just change this. Ayan.
Autocorrect. Press yung X po. Sir, i-click mo po yung X na mag-pop up.
Okay. Alright, so ayan. So it's the same as for each now. Okay. So in this case, if we found a dollar name equivalent inside the 1D array, okay? If dollar name, for example, is if dollar name, for example, is your email, okay? It will simply, since $I is, this is $I, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is $data 0, $data 1, $data 2, 3, and 4. So if this particular text is found, okay, ganyan, it will assign a true value to another variable which is your name. Okay, ganyan. So same with password. So while doing that, it's also checking for password. Okay, so it's basically checking two things. So it's also checking $password.
Pass.
Okay, in the if statement, so $password. So if $password is this, for example, it's going to check password and name in this particular element. And then it will do that again sa next. Okay, it will keep on doing that. So if this password, for example, we have here ABC, okay, and we have the name here, for example, ayan. Okay, so in this case, $uname will become true, okay, because we found that the $name is equals to the $data 0 or $I, that is our index. Okay. And then once that is done, it will still continue until it reaches the last element. Okay, so in this case, $pass this time will become true. Okay, $pass is equals to true now. Once it reaches this particular index, okay, which is equals to the $password. Yan. So we're going to assign true to $pass and $uname simply so that we will know if the username and password entered during login. Okay, that is how this works. Okay, so the username and password, these are the web forms that was used during login. So we assign it to the two variables.
Sir, concern po.
Yes.
You can log in using the username twice. You enter ABC as the username and Chris as the password, even though baliktad. You can use someone else's password po, I think.
Yes. Okay, because of this. Yes. Okay, but as long as those value exist in the CSV file.
Oh, so we don't have to fix that vulnerability po, sir?
Again?
We don't have to fix that vulnerability, or we fix namin po, sir?
Okay, because we're using a CSV file that does not have any names specifically. Ayan, because they are ordered in a way where we don't have an identity for each column. Diba? We did not specify in the CSV file that this is the username and this is the password. Because this is just CSV. Okay, CSV lang kasi yan. So when you have a CSV file, you only have values. You're not telling the file that this is the username and this is the password. Okay, so ganyan din siya. So it will basically do just that. It will simply look for a password. Even if this is a password, it will treat it as username, for example, because we did not set any ID for each. Ayan, we did not tell the file that this is the username, this is the address, di ba? We just place all of these values, okay, in one row.
So sir, pwede tama yung username and Tapos na-input mo yung address, maging true yun, sir.
Oh yes, even if the username is your address, okay, it will treat it as long as it is found in the file. Because that is what this will do. If the username and password is present in the file, it will treat it as correct.
I see.
Ganun.
Actually, by row, if you use the indexing, di ba, data is gathered by row, while data equals fget CSV file handle, right? You can actually use the index. So, for example,
Yes. So you can add an if statement here, pwede.
so if you know that the username is always the index 0
Yes.
and password is index 1,
Yes.
for example.
Yes, you can add an index here if you want. So you can set an index here. If $I, this is the index. So username, if $I is 0. Diba? So you can set an if statement here if you want. Okay, so it's up to you na as long as you can log in. So if you want to, you can add an if statement. If $I is, password is, ano ba yun?
Index
I is what? 5?
3 or
3?
whatever.
Ganyan. So you can set an if statement if you want. Okay, so ayan, no problem with that. Yes.
If we're gonna test po, sir, are you gonna test like maraming users po within that CSV file po, sir?
For testing, I will be the one checking. I will just log in the one I used during registration. So when I register, so during registration, make sure you provide examples. Okay, because I will not be doing guessing what's the valid address. So you need to provide examples here.
Oh my.
So in this case, you need to write example. Okay, for example, block 11 lot, ganyan. So if that is the valid format. Okay, ganyan. So, okay, for name, I already provided you with the solution. It's last name, comma, space, first name, comma, space, middle initial, which is 1 character, period. Okay, and then for email, ayan, I already given you the solution. So the only thing you need to do for user validation is address, contact number, what else? Password, user, verified password, dalawa man yun. So you just compare if they're equal. So no need to add length of password and everything, as long as the enter password and retype password are both equal, din lang. Okay? Ayan. So for XR 1 and 2, of course, kasi XR 2 cannot, will make use of XR 1 user validation. Okay? So make sure you provide examples because you will be the one setting validation for address. Okay? If it will require a BLK, okay, or automatically number, di ba? So you need to provide an example like this one. Yan. Because that is what I will use during registration.
Sir, nakasubmit na.
Okay, pwede pa man. For XR 2, XR 1 up to today pa man ang 100. Okay, change
Up to today.
Up to today. And then XR 2 up to Tuesday next week, 100 pa.
XR2?
Yan. Okay.
Wala ko nalagay
XR
na
2.
example doon sa
Yan.
register page mismo.
Yan, so you can still change your XR 1 and 2.
Oh, I can still change.
Okay, so you need to, as what I said, provide example because I don't want to guess what's the valid address. Ayan, because you will be the one to set what's the valid or invalid address. Diba? So for address, it will require block, street, may mga space, diba? Okay, may mga number, diba? Ganyan. You also need to provide what else? Ayan, city, space, ganyan, so on. So you will provide the correct, okay, valid address. Okay. So, ayan. So let's proceed sa login. So for okay, tapos na tayo sa login. Okay, yes, check pass. Okay, let me go back sa check pass. So for check pass, you will need cookies. So this is for XR2 because that is what I'm discussing right now for XR2. So for XR2, if the username and password is valid, you're going to set a cookie. Okay, dito, set cookie. Ayan, so let me open the file. for my set cookie because it's not, ano. Ayan, so, check pass. Okay, this is, ayan. So, we have here the set cookie. So, for Exer 2, this is required. So, meaning, once you successfully logged in, okay, you're going to set a cookie. This is the email. Ayan, no need to set a cookie for a password because you don't want to store password sa cookies. So just assign the value that was used during login, the values that was taken when you perform for each year because we're reading the CSV file. So when you read the CSV file, the values that was taken from the CSV file, you create an array, di ba? So meaning you're going to assign those to a cookie. So it will simply be used when after logging in. Okay, so just the user's email and probably name. Okay, email and name lang will do. So this is email and the name of the customer. Okay, so dalawang cookie lang. No need to set cookie for all the fields or data that was inputted during registration. Only the name of the user or customer and the email. Okay? Because once the user logs in, okay, let me log in. Yan. So, okay, let me try. Yan. Okay. Yan. So you will see welcome. Okay, the name of the user. Yan, let me check my index PHP. So your index PHP should look like, okay, let me open this one. Okay, this is my index PHP. Okay, ayan. So as you can see here, we have welcome. Okay, you can choose to add the name of the user. Okay, because it only shows here logged out automatically. Okay, so you can just use this. Okay, and print. So, lagay ninyo dito is welcome to my online store. Okay. Okay, the user. Okay, that one. Okay, so that's it. So as you can see in my code, it will show welcome to my online store, the name of the user. Okay? And then it will show log out. Okay, ganyan. If the user successfully logged in. But if the user did not log in yet, it will just say welcome to my online store, log in register. Okay, ganyan. If the user successfully logs in, it will say, welcome to my store, the name of the user, log out. Okay, ganyan. So, meaning, you need to use cookies to show that the user is logged in. And you need to show options, what the user can do when the user is logged in. In this case, the user can only log out. Okay, so we can add, for example, here, shopping cart. Okay, but we're not doing that. Ayan, so, okay. So, ayan. So, that is for index. Okay, for index yan siya. Ayan. Okay. So, alright. So, that is for index PHP. So, for index PHP again, okay, let me open. Okay, let me open. We have here a code for printing the category. Okay, all of this. All of these are categories coming from your CSV file. Ayan, so as you can see in my CSV file, okay, this is my CSV file. It shows random and unordered categories. Di ba? Nakaano yan siya. It's not properly arranged or sorted. Okay, and there are duplicates. So for your XR2, this code in your index PHP file will be printing all the categories here. Okay, yan. Yan, okay. So using the example code given, this one, okay, example code given, you're going to use this example code in PHP, ayan, to get unique values in our category. Okay, so as you can see in my example here, we have duplicate categories, di ba? Ayan, duplicate categories. But if I run the program, it will only print unique categories. Ayan, so same thing for your XR2, you must print here unique values. Okay, unique yan. So you're going to include this code in your index.php, specifically in this section. Okay? Dito, specifically in this section. So you will be the one to figure that out. Okay. So next we have this statement. Yan, ito naman. So this one prints all the products under that category. Okay, so as you can see here, okay, as you can see here now, okay, ayan, so we're basically checking if the dollar request, this one, okay, this is the dollar request, okay, dollar request. So what does this mean, dollar request? Okay, dollar request is looking for values for CAT or CAT, diba? Ayan. What is the current value of CAT? The current value of CAT is currently not shown. Okay, there is no value for CAT. If I click storage, ayan, the current value of CAT is storage. Okay, so what does this statement does? It will look for, this will be storage. Okay, the value for CAT is storage. It will look for storage in the dollar data array. So dollar data is an array. There is a value storage there. Okay, so our dollar data is this. Okay, similar to what we did last time. So our dollar data contains, ayan, product ID, category. Okay, ganyan. Sunod, description, so on and so forth. So, if this particular value is found, okay, ganyan. So, this condition becomes true. Ayan. So, once that condition is true, we will assign a value to dollar match found. Okay, so this statement becomes true as well. So, if this condition becomes true, we're going to print the value of dollar cell. The value of dollar cell is, okay, this one during for each. Okay, so in this case, dollar cell contains the value that was found when you perform dollar request CAT. Okay, so basically, it's this one, storage. So if you click processor, okay, it will show processor. Okay, ganyan. Alright, so we have, okay, GPU. Okay, ganyan. So it will only show these values because, okay, if you look at our index PHP, we're only printing Okay, values found in our array. So what are those? We have this. Okay, this is my CSV file. Okay, di ba? So we are printing the values of our CSV file. Ito. Okay, di ba? Ayan. So as you can see, one motherboard Asus 320 4005, di ba? We're printing this. Okay, if you click processor, this one. Okay, ayan. So it will print the CSV file. Okay, ayan, di ba? So we have processor 10, 14, 20. Those are product IDs. Okay, we have here processor 6. Ayan, asa na? Ayun, 6 processor, 10 processor, 14 processor, 10 processor, 14 processor. Okay, di ba? 20 processor. Ayan. Because we did not assign any values for description, price, quantity, so on and so forth. Ayan. Okay. So what you will do here is, for your Exer 2, you're going to add IMG SRC for a specific, okay, for a specific value. Okay, for example, yan, you're going to add here a counter. Okay, similar to what I did in the previous example. Ayan, so maglagay ka dyan ng count or just make it C. Ayan, C. Okay, so in this case, if, okay, lagay niyo dyan, if, okay, dito. Okay, if $C is equals to, what's the position of this one? So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the picture. Diba? JPEG. So if C is 5, okay, if C is equals to 5, ayan, what do you do if C is 5? You put IMG SRC. Okay, ganyan. So that is what you will do because this is a picture file. Okay, ganyan. If C is something else, for example, a link, you add ahref. Okay? Ganyan. So that is what you will do in exercise 2. So you will be the one to complete that example. Okay? Ayan. So, it must show here products, okay, based on what is being uploaded in the CSV file. Okay, this one. Okay, so whatever this is. So you need to have 20 products here with correct and realistic or existing products. Okay, hindi kayo pwedeng mag-invento dyan. Because I will know if the product you just inputted here does not exist. Okay? And then, make sure you have correct prices. It does not have to be up to date. Okay? But make sure the prices here must be realistic. Okay? Ganyan. So, for this motherboard, mga 4,000 does not have to be exact. Okay? At least make it, current market price. May mga plus minus pa man yan. So you don't have to add correct values. Just at least realistic enough. Okay, that it's correct for this exercise. Okay, and then you can add quantity as many as you want. This can be 100, 500, no problem. And then the correct image for that product. Okay, ganyan. So you just cannot put images that is not okay for this product. Ayan, for example, the image is processor and then this product is motherboard. Okay, yan. So mali na. Okay, so not following instruction na naman kayo. So make sure you follow the requirement. Okay, ganyan. Okay, so as what I said, always no credit if you did not follow the instructions. Yan. That's why you need to double check everything first before you submit. Okay? Don't miss one small detail. Okay? And then we have URL. So the URL is for this product. Okay? So you can simply search or Google about this product and paste the link there. That's it. So I will only require 20. Okay? 20 lang. And every time I click the categories here, it will show those products. Okay? You can choose to add CSS if you want. Okay? But CSS will not be graded. I will be grading only what was required. Okay? The scope or the requirement for Exert 2. Yan. So, optional na yung CSS or additional JavaScript if you want to add additional JavaScript. Okay? Ganyan. Alright? Yes. So, questions, clarifications for Exert 2 and Exert 1. So, Exert 1 is due today, 100 siya today. After today, 95 na lang. And then, Exert 2 will up to November 26. Okay, Exert 2. Ayan. So, make sure you follow the requirement. If you have questions or you did not, understood something, okay, do not, always ask for, clarifications. Ayan, if you're having difficulty understanding the requirement. And then, final exam will be November 29. That is our last meeting. So, meaning, last meeting, after that, no more extensions. So, that is the last day of submission for Exer 1 and 2. Okay? And last day of meeting. So, meaning, starting December 2, okay, I will no longer meet you. Okay, we will no longer meet December 2 onwards. Okay, so di na tayo magkita. I will just email you your final grade and you can email me. Okay, email na lang for corrections if I miss something, if I did not include something in your final grade or I forgot to include something. Okay? Ganyan. Alright. So, coverage for final exam, this includes all the topics discussed. Ayan, including your Exer 2 and topics I will discuss next meeting, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday. Ayan, okay, ganyan. So, I will include those topics for our final exam. Okay, yes. So, type of final exam will be similar to your quiz last meeting. You will be given an output for your final exam and you will simply drag and drop codes given. Okay, and then HTML, CSS, and PHP codes only. Okay, yun lang yung requirement for final exam. Oh, yes.
Sir, can we use, for example, when we upload it to the server po, maka-access ba siya ng internet? For example, mag-download ng online font?
Yes, no problem.
Okay, so kung magamit ng font online, I think
Okay, sige. So if you want to include that, no problem.
Pero anyway, in case na hindi siya mag-work,
Yes.
it will just fall back naman.
Yes, so my server is online, meaning if you have external mga sources like links, di ba? Kasi what I will do when I check your exercise, I will click links as well. Okay, kagaya nito, may links yan. Okay, so if I open this link, ma-open ko of course the site. Okay, for the product you are selling, di ba? So it will require internet. Yes.
So sir, yung Asus 320mk.jpg sir, dapat image dun siya sir?
Okay, for example, this one. So, search this. Search mo yan, di ba? Mag-search ka because this is the product you will be selling. Okay, ayan. So, meaning, this will be the link. Ilagay mo lang yan siya sa yan. Okay, simple as that.
What about sa image, sir?
Okay, for the image, you can look for images. But kasi if you're going to use this image, you will probably, ayan. So, it's allowed. Okay, but you can also use images online. Okay, like this one. You can just save this. Okay, ganyan. No problem. So, you can choose to change or resize your image. Okay? Pag nag-IMG-SRC ka, pwede mo yan siya lagyan ng, okay, I will just add concatenation. Lagyan mo yan siya ng width and height. Okay? Lagyan mo ng width, saka height. Di ba? You know, HTML naman. Yan. Okay? So, try to review your HTML.
Oh, sir.
So, you can resize your image so that it will not occupy the entire web page.
So sir,
yes.
pwede siya tayo ito. You can just create a class post, sir.
Yes, again, you can add CSS if you want for that. Okay, but it will add complexity because it will increase your length of your code. Kasi nag-ano ka pa ng ID, nag-class ka pa. Okay? Yes.
Can we test yung upload ngayon?
No problem. So for Exer 1, due today, Exer 2, next week Monday. So you have up to schedule today to upload your Exer 1. Okay? And 2 if you are done.
Mali po yung test na.
Sige, test. You can test it in your computer.
Uploading.
Okay.
Sir, cannot connect to the server.
Ha? Anyone? Okay, so that's it. No more clarifications. Exer 1 and 2.
Sir.
Yes.
Kita sa Excel formatting ulit.
Again? Saan?
Formatting sa
Formatting sa CSV. Okay. So for CSV, product ID. So you just place numbers there 1 to 20. 20 is the allowed minimum. You can add more if you want. And then 5 categories. You need to place them randomly. Okay, you don't have to arrange them because you have a code in PHP that will do that. So the PHP codes will be the one to get unique values from your category to print them in your home page. And then you need to have existing, okay, meaning not made up products that can be sold online. Okay, so for my case, I have here computer parts, di ba? So all of the products I will be selling are available online. Existing ones, okay, not made up. Okay, klaro yan siya. So if you use a product that is non-existing or made up or wrong, for example, this is a motherboard, ilagay mo dyan processor. Wrong. Okay? You should know better, di ba? Alam niyo naman yan, processor, bakit ginawa mo motherboard ng processor? They are not the same. Ayan, so not following instruction ka na naman. So make sure you double check everything before you submit. Okay? Ganyan yan. So if you're a doctor, you're studying medicine, you cannot create a prescription. Di ba? Hindi ka dapat mamali ng prescription. You will kill a patient. So same thing with you guys. You need to practice submitting correct values. No errors, no mistakes. Once submitted, that's it. Okay? Make sure all of the data here are correct, valid. Okay? Hindi pwedeng may mali dyan. You don't want to create a website that will confuse customers. Di ba? Who wants to go to a store where their products are confusing? Di ba? Placing a motherboard in a processor category. Okay? Di ba? So you don't want that. So in your case, once there are errors or not following instructions for exercises, no credit will be given. Okay? So, realistic product names. Okay? Prices. You don't have to have exact prices. Okay? You just place their prices. Okay? Estimates. Yan. It does not have to be unrealistic. Okay? So, just make it, for example, for this motherboard, for this processor, ganyan. Quantity. Okay? Price, quantity, picture, URL. Ayan. So, that's the contents of your CSV file. Okay? Ganyan. So, yan lang. So, all the values of your CSV file will be printed in your main page. Okay? Ganyan. So, that's the requirement for Exer 2. Okay? Ganyan. So, mag-print yan siya. So, you need to show this in a table similar to Exer 1. Ayan. So, Exer 1, if I click processor, it will show here products, okay, na processor. Ayan, it must not show motherboard because you just click processor. So, dapat processor yan. Okay, ganyan.
Sir, kaya pa again, sir.
Ma'am?
Sa one sir, kay sa gamiton sa login ni sir.
Sa login.
Oh, sir, di ba
Okay, for logging in, this is email and password. During registration, you will be asked to input email and password. That will be used during login. You do not ask the name of the customer for username because as you can see, taas kaayo and there are spaces. Diba? So, this will be email and password will be password. Ayan. Okay? That is for login. Wala mang username during registration, di ba? You were asked to register name, address, contact number, di ba? Email, password, di ba? Yun lang. So for logging in, it's just email and password. Okay? Yun lang for logging in. Di ba? Say with Facebook, when you log in sa Facebook, email or password lang man yan. Ayan. Okay?
Sir,
Yes. Other concerns?
sir, sa register, may specific format for address or unlimited?
You will be the one to declare what's the validation for address. But as what I said earlier, you need to provide an example. Okay? So meaning, address, you need to provide here an example. Lagyan ninyo ng EX, BLK, number, ganyan. So you need to provide an example. Because when I check your XR2, I will be the one doing all the registration and logging in. Okay? Ganyan. So, yan. So provide an example for valid address, valid phone number. Okay? Ganyan. Alright? Okay. Yes. Ayan. So when you send a file, make sure you have a valid picture file. Okay? Valid picture file. Pwedeng WebP, okay, JPG. Okay? Ganyan. Try lang if you can upload JPEG. Okay, so yes, specific picture files. So WebP pwede. Okay, so yan. So let me try. So if you have a JPEG, okay, let's see. Okay, this one, I have a picture of a motherboard. You save this as okay, ayan. Okay, so this is dito na lang. Okay, so it's JPEG. Okay, if you want, you can edit this one. Okay, what image editor do we need? Okay, rename, so you can rename. So you can remove the if. Yes, I think this will open also. Okay, no problem man. Ayan, okay, so this is our archive. Okay, archive. Let's just rename this.
Model.
Okay, that's it. Upload. Okay, yes, na-upload siya. So it's uploaded. This is the name of the folder. Okay, yan yung name ng folder. Na-upload man siya. So it's JPG. Okay, allowed. So for XR2, by the way, if you're going to upload XR1, okay, you can add, okay, example, XR1 and 2 because it will overwrite in our web server. So what you will do if you're going to submit exercises, Ayan, this is for example, Exer 1. Okay, archive ko yan. So this is, okay, ayan, Exer 1. Okay, and this is, for example, Exer 2. Ayan, or you can just make this. Okay, ganyan, 2. As long as you don't make duplicate archive name. Because the folder will be based on the name of the archive or the zip file. Okay, so if you name, for example, your archive as this, for Exer 1 and 2, your Exer 1 will be overwritten. Okay, so si Exer 1 ma-overwrite. Okay, because you uploaded the same archive name. So for Exer 1, try creating a unique name. Okay? For Exer 2, different archive name. Okay? And then when you upload in our Diagler course page, ayan, this is what you will do. So for Exer 1, okay, this is for Exer 1. Okay, for Exer 1, what you will do to upload, select this link. Okay, and then type your URL. Okay, ganyan. So do not forget. So meaning, this must be unique. Okay, because you will be submitting similar Exer 1 and 2. Ayan. So try changing the name of your URL. For example, it is now Exer 2 because your archive name is Exer 2 as well. Di ba? Ayan. Ayan. Alveola _ Exer 1. Okay? This is the file you uploaded. So this is now _Exer 1. Okay? Ganyan. Okay? So you don't have to type this. This will automatically pop up in your URL. Okay, so do not type this one. Hindi nyo ito i-type ha. Okay, if you type this, you might misspell something. Okay, it's very important that you don't type this. The link that you submit sa Diagler, you don't type that because you might accidentally misspell. Okay, if you misspell something, for example, you forgot to add here a single character. Ganyan, because you typed the URL that you submitted online. Once I click this, okay, for example, you forgot to complete. Once I click this one, it will show not found. Okay, not found because you did not type the correct URL. Yan. So meaning, your URL, you must type whatever pops up in your browser. Okay, for example, in my case, this one. So I will copy this. Do not type your URL because you might misspell something. Copy. Okay, and then in your Diagler course page, dito, ayan, paste. Okay, ganyan. So that is how you do it. Save. Okay, when I check your work now, what I will do is I will just click the URL. Click ko lang yan siya. Again, so if I will check your work, I will just click the URL. Okay? Ayan, once I click the URL, there must be something. Okay? Not page cannot be displayed. Ayan. So meaning the URL you submitted is correct. And I will now check your exercise if everything there was all the requirements was followed. Okay, ganyan. So as what I said, make sure do not type your URL. Ayan, if you want to make changes. You copy the URL that was given to you once you upload your archive file. Okay, so the URL here, you simply copy this. And this will be the URL you will use for submitting, okay, sa Diagler. So similar to Exer 2, same thing. Okay, for Exer 2, use this link. Okay, for Exer 2 yan. So for Xer2, use this link. Ayan, you just type the URL or tap or paste. Okay, paste the URL. Ayan, paste the URL. Okay, ganyan. So that you will get a correct URL. Hindi pwedeng mamali. If you submitted a wrong URL, there's a deadline. Okay, deadline for all exercises is up to end of November. Or after exam. So that is 29. So after 29, I will lock declare submissions. Okay? So meaning you cannot after exam, because after exam, I will off the web server and you cannot submit anymore. Diba? So after exam, 29 ang exam natin. Okay, after exam, I will off the server. You can no longer submit exercises. Ayan. So make sure you have the URL in your Diagler course page already and all the files are uploaded sa web server. Okay, ganyan. Alright? Yes. Other concerns?
Sir, pwede PNG.
PNG. If you can upload PNG, no problem. As long as there's a picture that will show in your homepage. Maglabas picture dyan. Okay, so some picture files might not be accepted, okay, sa Apache. Okay, that's the web server I'm using. Yes, other questions, clarifications? Ganun lang man, similar to what I did, di ba? Ang ginawa ko, ganun lang man. Di ba, I have picture files. Okay, ganito. So, what I did, select, di ba? Yun naman. So, make sure you have the correct, did you add other files aside from HTML, PHP? Or PHP? O, maka-upload. Okay, first try uploading this one without image. Okay, so, ganito. Archive this first. If you're having problem uploading. Okay, because if I can upload file, okay, we are both using the same web server. You can upload too. Okay, same lang man yan. Ayan, okay, so ayan, upload.